Hi, Ben Ralston here, yoga master in the Shivananda tradition, healer, trauma therapist and teacher, trainer of reference point therapists. I'm also a writer and columnist on Elephant Journal. And I'm making this video right now in response to a question that I was asked by Christelle on Facebook. And that question was asked also in response to another message which I recorded to do with power. In that video, I spoke about power as something that happens naturally, spontaneously, effortlessly, when we allow our head and our heart to unite, to merge, to become one. And I said that most people in the world today are trying to be powerful in a very different way. They're trying to be powerful, and that kind of power that they're trying to attain is very much about really just being masculine, being in the head. The head represents the masculine, trying to assert their willpower, trying to control, perhaps even manipulate, to do with strength and so on. That's not power. That's actually an expression of fear. And Christelle asked the question, okay, so how do I become more feminine? How do I open my heart? How do I relax and allow that sensitivity to come? How do I become more feminine? Great question. And in order to answer it, I will first ask Christelle and you also a question. How do you solve any problem? How do you really truly solve or heal any problem? Of course, it's a rhetorical question because you can't answer me, so I'll answer you the question. You have to find out what causes the problem in order to solve it. That's really the only way. If you don't know what causes a problem, then you either have to hope that you get very lucky, or your efforts to solve it or to heal it are going to be, very sort of random. But if you know what causes a problem, then you should be able to change that and solve it or heal it. Now, what causes you, Christelle, or anyone else watching this, which is probably most people, what causes you to find it difficult to soften, to find it difficult to relax, to find it difficult to open in many ways, to open the body, to open the heart? What causes you to be stuck, to feel trapped, to find it so difficult to be feminine? And I'm talking to men as well, especially to men, because we have this crazy idea in our society that you're either a man or a woman. And, it's not the case, really. I'm standing here as a man, and yes, I have male genitalia, and yes, I have the body, and yes, many of my characteristics are masculine, but I'm 50% feminine as well. Maybe 49%. We're made up of an extremely complex and balanced set of different aspects. But basically, when you boil it down, all of us is both man and woman, masculine and feminine. And I was thinking a little bit about this earlier, and one of the reasons why yoga has become so popular, it's exploded in our culture, is simply because it is this ancient, wonderful ancient method of doing precisely what I'm talking about. It allows you to open into the body, to relax, and to touch on, to access those aspects of us which have been buried and forgotten and suppressed for so long. So to come back to Christelle's question, how can I become more feminine? The answer is, of course, to find out what caused you to find it so difficult to embrace your feminine aspect and fix it. Solve the problem, heal it. And I'll tell you, rather than asking more rhetorical questions, I'll just tell you what caused you to become disconnected from that femininity, to become closed, to become stiff, tense, rigid. Trauma. Trauma, that's all, just trauma, nothing else. You're not born incapable, you're not born with too much masculinity, you're not, there's not something wrong with you, although you may well have felt that many times. You simply experienced trauma and it shifted your perception of yourself and it shifted your consciousness so that you learned that it's not safe to open, to trust, to be vulnerable, to be sensitive, to be feminine. If you heal that trauma, you shift back again to being the person that you're meant to be. That is, in a nutshell, what healing is. Nothing else. Nothing else. And it's to my great disappointment and my great sort of regret, or I don't know what the word is, that the word healing has been so completely confused with energy and emotion and positive thinking and all of these things which really do not efficiently heal anything. 99% of our problems, maybe all of our problems, are caused by trauma. And if you heal that trauma, then you become more loving, you become more open, you become wiser, you become healthier, you become stronger, you become the person that you're here to be. And of course, for most of us at this time, that also means becoming a bit more open, sensitive, compassionate, warm, and so on. I thank you for liking this, for sharing it, for leaving a comment. And by the way, I invite you to a retreat which I'll be running, a very special retreat, yoga and meditation and many kinds of meditations and healing, group healing. It's going to be something completely unique. I don't think anyone's ever done this before. On the Croatian island of Ij, which is a beautiful place. I haven't been there, but the whole of the Croatian coast is stunning. And I've heard that on this island there's no traffic allowed from outside the island, so it's very quiet, very peaceful, beautiful turquoise seas. So if you feel like in August coming with me on a retreat for 1 week or 2 weeks, beginning of August, then you'll be very welcome. The details are on my website. Thank you for listening. Bye.